Imagine finding the perfect business to buy, great revenue, strong customer base, everything seems to be ideal until the bank says, sorry, you don't have the right license or background. The deal's dead. But wait, there are ways to structure the deal and still get the business while keeping the bank happy. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how. Hi, my name's Trent Lee. I've sold over 600 businesses, and for the last 5 years in a row, I've been named the #1 business broker in the country for the most closed transactions. And I make these videos so that one day you'll reach out to me to have me help you buy or sell your business. So, why do banks care about specialty licenses? Why does it matter to you? If you're looking at buying a business that requires a specialty license, like an HVAC or electrical, general contracting, even certain medical industries and fields, they require specialty licenses. The bank will dig deep into who holds that license. If that license holder leaves, the business stops. No more operations, no more revenue, no way to pay back the loan. And if there's one thing the banks hate, it's risk. So before they approve your loan, they need to guarantee that the business will stay licensed and operational. So let's talk about those options. The simplest way to get the bank's approval, you hold the license. No headaches, no extra costs, no risks. This is the ideal situation. Let me tell you about a client named Mike. Mike was an electrician working for a big contracting firm, and he always dreamed about owning his own business. He found a great electrical company for sale with solid profits and a good reputation. And guess what? Since Mike already held the required license, or at least he had the right background, the bank approved his loan in record time. No negotiations, no expensive workarounds, just a smooth transaction. This is the cleanest path. If you hold the license, you're golden. But what if you don't? That's where things get a little bit tricky, but there are solutions. If you don't hold the license, the next best thing is to keep a licensed employee on board post-closing. But here's the problem. Banks don't just trust that employee will stick around forever. They want proof. And in most cases, that means giving the employee some equity or some sort of skin in the game. I once worked on a deal where the buyer purchased an HVAC company but didn't have the required license. He planned to keep the existing employee that held the license, but the bank wasn't buying it. Why? Because the employee had zero incentive to stay in. To fix this, we structured a deal where the employee got a 5% equity stake. Now he had skin in the bank. The bank saw this as a strong reason to stick around, and the loan was approved. If you need a licensed employee, make sure they have a reason beyond just a paycheck to stay around and stick around with the business. Next option, there are companies that let you rent the license from a qualified professional. Sounds like an easy fix, right? Well, here's the catch. One, it's expensive to hire qualified companies that charge a fee, and those fees eat into your cash flow. Banks will analyze those numbers, and if the business can't afford the added cost, the loan won't be approved. 3, it's temporary. The banks want to know when you and how you will get the license. I had a deal where a buyer used a qualified placement company as a short-term solution while working to get the license himself. Since this added an additional $30,000 a year in cost, we had to prove that the business could still meet the bank's debt service requirements with this additional expense. The key? We adjusted the financial projections, factored in that expense, and showed strong cash flow even with the added expense, and structured a 2-year employment agreement for the existing licensed employee as a backup. The bank approved the deal, but only because we had a rock-solid plan and we could back it up with numbers. Every bank is different, but most will analyze 3 things. Number 1, your industry experience. Have you worked in the field before? If so, how soon can you qualify for the license? Number 2, time frame for obtaining the license. Can you realistically get a license within a reasonable period of time? And number 3, collateral and cash flow. If you need a qualifying company or a key employee, can the business afford it? The takeaway? Don't just assume you can figure it out later. Banks will not approve the loan unless you have a clean, clear, structured plan that works and is in compliance with their SOP. So, why do you need a business broker? Buying a business can be complicated. Doing a business with a qualified license or qualified employee can get even more complicated. So the best guide to walk you through that process is a business broker. They'll help you through from start to finish. So if you're looking at a business like this, don't go in blind. I've structured deals like this before successfully, and I can help you do the same. Reach out and let's talk about options that would work for you, the industry, your background, and the business you're buying specifically.